The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Jesse Holley, Kurt Daniels, and Nate Newton.
What's going on, Hump Day? Live look at the Tostito Championship Plaza outside in front of the Ford Center on this lovely Hump Day Wednesday as we get into this week's opponent. The Washington Commanders take on the Dallas Cowboys this Sunday at 3:25.
Yep.
Some say it may mean something, some say it may mean nothing, whatever. We got to play the game, right? So it is what it is. But that's Nate Newton. He is Kurt Daniels. I am Jesse Holley. Together, we are hanging with the boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak.
Got it going today.
This segment is brought to you by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Well, we were wondering if you parked at the mall or something there.
Okay, so what we won't miss today is today's Kurt's birthday.
Oh, yes.
So,
Miss that, man.
So here's the thing, right? I don't have a cake for you today, Kurt.
I didn't expect you to.
I know, I should.
No.
But this is why I was late, because I did not get a cake. I stopped.
Oh.
And I made sure that we had at least something to celebrate you, Kurt. I was not going to let this day go by without getting something to celebrate our boy. You'll get a cake tomorrow.
Tear it open.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Tear it open, yeah.
We got. I stopped and got sprinkled donuts.
All right.
Way to go, Jess. Way to go, Jess.
I
Have
stopped.
the donut anyway. We're
Wow,
I
that's
stopped
sweet.
and got a sprinkled
Wow,
donuts.
man. Way to go,
Nate,
man. Way to
that's
go,
yours.
Man. Way to go, man. Wow,
Chris,
that's awesome, man.
This is yours.
Yeah.
You can come get it whenever you like.
Wow, that's sweet,
And then
man.
someone can come get my donut because, as you all know, beginning of the year, I always fast, so there's no food for me.
shutting down.
Right.
Huh?
So-
girl.
Huh?
Jazz.
Yeah, Jazzy.
Come get two of them,
Yeah,
man.
there you go, Chris.
Take mine to Jazz, too,
Yeah,
man.
there you go. Either
Man,
one
'cause I done
you
had two
want.
donuts, man. My blood sugar.
Anyone you want.
Thank you,
Take
man.
the donuts away, but happy birthday
Thank
to
you.
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 Happy birthday
To you.
Happy birthday, dear Kurt.
Cookie curd.
Happy
appreciate
birthday
it. All right.
to you.
You gonna bring it tonight, ain't you,
Oh,
Kurt?
no.
You gonna bring it tonight, ain't you?
Tonight?
Yeah.
Kurt gonna bring it.
Oh, yeah. Big party.
Yeah.
Sir.
Way to go, Alex. Way to go, man. Alex, come here.
There's a donut for you, Alex. You can
Yeah,
have that.
Alex.
So,
Take that donut.
Yeah.
Please, somebody will eat it.
oh,
Happy birthday, Kurt.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Jazz.
Yeah.
here you go.
Thank you,
Yeah,
bro.
thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Jess.
Thank you.
Happy birthday,
Yeah.
Kurt.
Chris brought yours in there,
happy
Jazz.
birthday, man.
Oh, he ate both of those.
Hey, Douglas,
You got it, man.
Douglas, before the show, I'm like, oh, I hope you get it. You got it, because Kurt had,
I know.
Douglas had just hit me.
I know.
Thanks, man.
So I had to
Thanks.
stop. So I was like, God darn it. And then the highway is shut down up there. So
Yeah.
there was a little donut shop right here across the street in the plaza. I said, let me run in here. I got to get us something. I can't.
Yeah.
I gotta.
Wow,
We
Jess.
cannot not celebrate my boy. You know,
Appreciate
cannot celebrate.
Yeah.
The brains behind all of this. So happy birthday to Kurt. So
I
make
bet
sure
they
you
don't
guys,
do that on the other shows. YouTube this, baby.
Yeah, the number one watch YouTube
Yeah,
show across the Dallas
YouTube
Cowboys platforms. This is how, because they feel us. They feel us. They feel us and how we love each other. This is genuine, real love that we have here on Hanging with the
That's
Boys.
sweet, Jess. That's
Thank you.
sweet, Jess. That's
You're more than
sweet.
welcome. You're
Wow.
more than welcome.
Just
You get-
do
you
it,
get the
Jess.
cake tomorrow, so
Just
just-
do
Don't
it,
worry
Jess.
about it. Yeah.
Just do it,
I'm doing it
Jess.
anyway. I'm
Just
doing it.
do it, Jess.
I'm doing it anyway. So,
Yeah.
all right. Let's get into it. So I'm Nate's always telling me, just let's go, let's get into it.
No,
Let's
no,
get
no,
into
no. I'm reading the shirt.
No, I'm saying,
Just
no.
do it.
Not this. I'm talking about,
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about, you normally say,
Right.
let's get into it. So we're
Right.
going to get right into it.
All right.
Cowboys, Washington, Cowboys offense, Washington defense.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
100% positive.
You sure?
Uh-huh. Ron Rivera, what an absolute dumpster fire
Don't do it to him, man. Don't do it.
What an absolute dumpster fire
Don't do it to him, man.
that place is. And just when you think
Amazing.
it can't get any worse, just when you think they've kind of got something going, they do some of the dumbest stuff. And you wonder why franchises stay the way that they are. Yeah. And if attitude reflects leadership, from the top of that Washington franchise on down, they are what's my man name from the movie Life? Can't get right. They just can't get right. And another indication of the Washington Commanders just not being able to get right. We all heard the goof that Coach Rivera had in his press conference last week when he didn't even know that they were on the brink of elimination, and he started Carson Wentz. Well, guess who's not starting this week?
Yeah.
If your guess was Carson Wentz, you'd be absolutely correct.
That makes no sense.
So the Washington Commanders are not starting Carson Wentz, but are going back to Tyler Heineke for the fight. Yeah,
No. Third round.
No. It just got announced while you were driving here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, so then. Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow. Sam Howell. Yeah.
Okay. Well, again, that's why this dumpster fire keeps getting
I
worse.
thought Heineke was starting the other guy, but now they're starting Howell.
They're starting Howell now.
Oh,
He
wow.
did a
Starting
press
Howell.
conference today. He said they're
Yeah.
starting Howell.
Well, there you go. So Sam Howell, my Tar Heel alum, he will get his first start of the season. And for all intensive purposes, I think this is what it's going to be. This should be one of those games, and I've done putting expectations on what games should be, shouldn't be.
Right.
But this is one of those games where now Ron Rivera and this staff are starting to look at, those January future contracts. Those who are the guys that we're going to bring back? What guys do we kind of need to get a little bit of evaluation on? Who has been some guys that have been practicing well for us on the practice squad? Who are some guys that we need to get a little extra look at because we want to make sure that these are the guys that we are looking forward to in the future? I think this is what this game has become for the Washington Commanders. When you go out there and you say, Sam Howell is now going to be my quarterback. Yeah. Now, I'll tell you where this sucks at. Here's where this sucks at for guys who have incentives in contracts. Offensively, guys who have incentives in contracts, and now if it's Terry McLaurin or if it's Jahan Dotson or if it's one of those guys who are a couple catches or a couple yards or a few touchdowns away from hitting some significant bonuses in their contracts, you're probably not going to get it with Sam Howell. Now, I'm not crapping on my boy. It's Tar Heel. I think Sam Howell is a good player. But it's just one of those situations where the Cowboys now defensively, they have to play a ramped up game because number one seed is on the line.
Right.
So offensively, we'll start there, Nate. What do you think or what do you see from the Cowboys? And I kind of want to start with you with offensive line. That's where I want to go with you right now. Offensive line for the Cowboys. How will this play out for the offense this week against the Commanders?
Number one, we got to be very, very consistent. I'm listening to other shows. Well, I try to tell people this, and you know what? It's too late for that. My man can't play 60 snaps.
Who is your man?
Peterson. He cannot play 60.
Peters.
Whatever you want to call him.
I'm actually calling him his name.
Whatever you want to call him. Yeah.
71.
He can't play 60 snaps. That is the bottom line. Whether he plays left or right tackle does not matter. But if we're going to start just shuffling guys in and out, trying to figure out what our playoff system going to be, that's a shame. Let Tyron stay right where he at. Let the right guard be the all-pro that he is. Figure out who your center is going to be, and let's go.
So you're saying keep Tyler Smith at left tackle.
Yes.
Farniok.
Yeah, let Farniok be the guard or the center. Don't start up. Fellas, I may not know a whole lot, and I may be the funniest guy in the world. I'm serious.
Both of those are very true statements.
But I promise you, if they go up against – and one of the Bama boys got hurt. Mm-hmm. But out of 42 sacks, these guys got 19 of them. That's in the middle of your defense.
Right.
You don't want to play that game. You don't want to play – what if they don't feel like they should quit? What if they don't? What if they feel like they should continue to be one of the top-ranked defenses? They just got back Young. They just got back Chase Young. He's trying to get himself going, and maybe they may not even play him. But what if they do? Mm-hmm.
So I'm surprised what you're saying about the offensive line because Farniok's been out for, 6 weeks?
Yes.
He was a backup to begin with.
Thank you.
Wouldn't it be better? I mean, you talk about having your 5 best guys out there. Wouldn't it be better with Peters?
Okay, if you want to do that, my issue has always been this right here. Get your 5 guys and run with it. And if you guys don't believe me, that's fine. But I'll use a perfect example of a team we beat, the Cincinnati Bengals. Who had, and did I pronounce that? I probably said that wrong too.
No, you said it right. I love Intense Nate. I love Intense Nate all the time.
They quarterback came out of training camps with appendicitis. He was not full strength. The offensive line, new members to it. They were not full strength. Now we're at the end of the season. Barring that situation that was horrific the other night, they had a chance to beat Buffalo for the number 1 or 2 seed. This is an offensive line that's played together. And they lost our big kid that played. They lost, but they still know who their right tackle is going to be. It ain't like, hey, man, Farniok, you ain't played all year and plus you're a backup. Come on and join us now. How does that sound?
Not good.
To your starting quarterback, to your starting running backs. No, friend, I don't care who you put there, but whoever it is this week, please allow for it to be that next week because we've not had any consistency. And when you play the better teams in this league with the better defenses,
yeah. Well, what
your
about
quarterback winds up paying for this.
I would, I guess, ask or wonder is, 40 snaps of Peters and 20 of Ball better than Farniok trying to muck his way in the middle there?
I don't know who. What I've seen of Brother Farniok, what I've seen of Brother Farniok is he's okay.
Okay.
But an okay player, which Biotish is okay. But with an okay player, they take more time to get used to this league than an average good player, that's our left guard, Connor McGovern. He is a good average guard. Nothing special. Mm-hmm. So you have to continue to work these guys together as one. So you can get good. You can win with average good guys. But the less of your when you're less talented than the average, you have to work even harder. Film work, study work, technique has to become premium with you. Right. If you're just going to be like, okay, you can get 15 plays here, you get 12 plays here. Guess what the Bama guy is going to do? Oh, man, it don't take number 3 plays. First, he ain't strong. Oh, man, he's slow of foot. I'm finna open up my toy chest and see how I can hurt him. And that is not the player's fault. That is the coach's fault.
Yeah. If they went that route, say, and they started Peters and mixed in Ball a few reps, would he be better served on the right side? So you have as Tyron that pillar on the left, or does it even matter?
Unless, let me say his name right. Say it.
Peters. Unless
Peters going to show Nate Newton, hey, man, I got 60 snaps, I would not play ball. I would not play ball at all. Mm-hmm. I seen him go in on goal line as the extra blocker and got beat one play. Why would you do that kid like that?
All
Why?
Right. So all right, let's take our first break.
Yeah.
We're gonna get ourselves back on track. Our second segment
it's on track. We ain't got an offensive line. It's on track.
And so that goes into my next point. It's we've heard it all year long about this team offensively, the Cowboys being a run-first football team. The last time they played this team, the running didn't look so well. How will Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore be able to fix that with this shuffling of the offensive line? We'll get Nate's answer and Kurt's answers and opinions right after this break. This is Hanging with the Boys. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Peters.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of fan you are. So whether you're a die-hard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Hey Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys on this Hump Day Wednesday as we continue to break down Cowboys, Washington, the division rival. It's going to mean something. Maybe. Well,
it will for
the Cowboys. Yeah. Not so much for Washington as they're starting University of North Carolina Tar Heel record-setting quarterback Sam Howell. This segment is brought to you by blockchain.com. It is only right that the best fans in the world get this out of this world gear. Visit our local Dallas Cowboys Pro Shop or log on to pro.cowboys.com, a Fanatic experience, and grab Cowboy Nation-worthy hoodies, tees, accessories, and more. All right, now that those bills are paid, there has been a release on the Cowboys roster. This was a guy, this is why, if you hearken back to when this signing was made and they made it sound like the person that they were going to bring in was going to replace Amari Cooper.
Right.
Like this signing was supposed to be big business, big deal. Oh, we good. CD's going to take over this thing and then we signing this guy. And then he got hurt, and then he got hurt again, and then he finally came back. And then they said, oh, we're going to sign another veteran, and T.Y. Hilton, who's came in and made a significant impact early on. And then they said, well, so much for that signing. And today, the Cowboys released wide receiver James Washington after being on this squad for, most of the year, spending 85, 90% of it on being injured. Not really getting an opportunity to show and prove, and that is the nature of the beast. That's the NFL. It's you can't you hear the old adage, right, Nate? You can't make the club in the tub. You can't. True. You can't make the club in the tub, and every time you're not out there, someone else is having an opportunity to show that they belong out there.
Yeah.
And
yeah, man.
If anything, it was a surprise he hadn't been cut earlier. I mean, they were carrying 7 receivers.
The thing when asked about this guy was, I told him he only flashed in Pittsburgh, and I keep trying to say I don't know what he brings here. Maybe a change of scenery will let him flourish. But I said it then. I'm saying he's only a flasher. He can,
like a flasher, like
he can. If Jesse's averaging 90 yards, a touchdown a game, he can come in there and every now and then come in as that backup guy. Kind of like you kept telling us about Noah.
Let's not use me for that reference next time. He's gonna be like, he could never average 90 yards in the touchdown.
But I'm just saying, just like you said about Noah, that is coming true. Then I fought you every step of the way.
It's okay.
It's with him. He's better than Noah, but not much better.
Yeah.
Because if he was, he would not be getting ready to be put on our practice squad, which that's probably the next move. Yeah.
Are you surprised that, I mean, this is all predicated because Hilton has stepped in and done well. Are you surprised that Hilton's been able to make such an impact, not even on the field, but it sounds like he's kind of become a mentor almost to Lamb in some ways?
No, because guys like T.Y. who have been a number one, who understands what it means to be the focal point of an offense, to be doubled and triple teamed, to have star coverage put on you, to be that guy. Self-awareness is always important. And I think T.Y. understands now that I'm not that guy. I'm not this guy anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not that guy anymore. So what I can do is I can take what I know from being this guy and impart it on another guy. And just give that wisdom away because at the end of the day, I can't do nothing with it.
What year is this for him?
T.Y.?
9, 10?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so I think T.Y. completely understands that. I think he came to a situation where, he looked at it and said, I don't have to come here and be that guy. I don't have to come here and
year 11.
11, yeah. I don't have to come here and be that guy. I can come here, find a little role, impart my wisdom, help the quarterback, help the young receivers, do my little thing under the radar, make some guaranteed bread, maybe go into the playoffs, make a playoff run, and I'm good. And I'll probably be brought back next year if they'll have me back next year as one of those guys. And then you just parlay that. Like this guys, certain guys understand at the end of their career, it's like, I'm not saying I'm not saying that T.Y. is here for a check. I'm saying that T.Y. understands if I can fit with a system and get these last couple checks and potentially be a part of something.
Understands his role now.
I completely understand my role. So I think, and the mentoring part for him, you can't even put a number on that. Being able to give CeeDee Lamb and, Michael Gallup, and hopefully I pray that Jalen Tolbert is following T.Y. around all day with a pen and pad and is asking 100 million questions. Like, that's what you should be doing. You should be
saying, hey, man, every time I run out there wide receiver, I should look out and make sure I'm not covering up the tackle.
See. If he don't know that by now, ain't nothing T.Y. can do to help him. But
boy, you know what, though, man? Y'all laugh at me some of the dumb moves I make on this show. But boy, over there, when I played, that's why I'm like Mr. Jones. I feel I can get at folks because, boy, there used to be some games where they used to come in like, Nate, really? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm glad it cost us no championship. You know what I'm saying? Because, hey, everybody ain't built the same and everybody ain't got the same smarts. But adding on to what you said, Jess, 11 years. When you have been elite, you should never play less than 10 years. Not at wide receiver. When you have been elite,
right.
When you have been that guy.
What are some of his numbers early on?
You should never play less than 10 years.
He led the league in receiving yards in 2016, 1,448. He was a 4-time Pro Bowler. He had 5 1,000-yard seasons.
Yeah, like he had a good run. Like I said, he had a run.
He had that slot for about 5 years.
He had a run where he was talked about being one of the, top receivers in the league. I'm not saying 1, 2, or 3, but he was in that top 10, 12 conversation in the league. And, especially when he had, Andrew Luck, and they were just tearing up the streets. All right, Cowboys offensive line, we talked about it being in disarray and who's going to play where. And sometimes you got to take out 1 for 3 and 3 for 1 and, all those kind of things. But at the end of the day, Tony Pollard has resumed practicing again today after missing last week with that thigh injury. When you look at this game, the last time the Cowboys played the Washington Commanders, they only rushed for 62 yards.
Yeah, it's tough.
That was tough sledding. Now, granted, they won't have Jonathan Allen this game. He's presumably out for this game, but out with Jonathan Allen, insert Chase Young. It's not, Jonathan Allen's in the middle of that defense. Chase Young is on the outside of that defense.
But if you let him get loose, he'll be all over that defense.
Yeah, he will. He will.
He is their Parsons. Every
Correct.
bit of it.
Correct. And you look at what the Cowboys did last week. I know some injuries happened, but they only rushed for 2.7 yards last week against the Titans. And the Titans are one of those defenses that are saying, "Listen, you're not going to run on us." Mm-hmm. They are definitely headstrong on that.
Yeah.
Is this a situation where the Cowboys, the first time around, kind of leaned more on Zeke in that game?
I don't remember. Let me pull it up.
Or look at the Titans game and say that's an indication on what happens when you don't have a guy like Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, let me see. That first game, Zeke had 49 yards rushing.
Right.
Pollard only had 6 on 8 carries. So
that was one of those games where they just kind of didn't – the running game wasn't hitting at all.
No.
But
who was our starting quarterback for that game?
That was Cooper Rush. And he actually did well. He 223 yards, 2 touchdowns. But see, I wonder now, though, Pollard was out last week with a thigh injury, as our man G in Jersey pointed out. It's going to be cold, maybe rainy up there this week. They're on grass. Unless Pollard is 100% healthy, do you want him banging into that Commanders wall over and over again, or is this another week you rest him for the playoffs?
I think he got his rest last week. I think if the game was more meaningful last week and they didn't rest all their guys, I think Tony Pollard would have played. Mm-hmm. I think they learned from their mistakes with last year with Zeke and said, "There's a moment in time we can get a guy a little bit fresher. Let's get him fresher." But I think he's fine. I mean, a little bit of a thigh contusion. It's okay. It's not that bad. And Zeke has said, with the addition of Tony Pollard in the hole of he's gotten this year, it's been the freshest he's been in a long time. So you got 2 guys right now who seem to be pretty fresh. And when I say fresh, I mean week 17, week 18 worth of fresh. But
man, it's time to go. Go ahead on, Chris.
With Pollard, I believe if that game was on Sunday, he probably would have played.
That's a good point.
That was the reports coming out that if the game was on Sunday and not Thursday, he probably would have played.
You have to go at it. You leave all of that speculation. Let Philadelphia dictate that. You got scouts. You got the Joneses. You got us. You got the world looking for you. You as a player, this one time, the fans are working in your favor. Because if Philly blow out the Giants, which I'm hoping they don't, I want the Cowboys wide open, trying to do everything that you can do to win this game. Mm-hmm. All hands on deck. Now, if Philly go out there and up by, it's 5 minutes left in the fourth or whatever, and it's this decisive win, or even at halftime, you see it's up by 20 points, that's a different story. Right. That's a different story. But you want to win this game, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to win this game.
They're starting, their third-string rookie quarterback and things like that. I'm just wondering, you would think, could win this game without Pollard.
Jesse said something that was so dynamic the other day, man. We've seen Aaron Rodgers. He's done it again. We've seen Tom Brady, and he has done it again. Put his team on their backs and put them back into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. We have never, in the last 20-something years, have seen this with this organization where we say, hey, man, it don't matter where we're 5th seed. All we need to do is get in.
Yeah.
We need to have everything in our favor, and we need to always play like that until we show people that we are it. Now, I understand, and you said all the time about Mr. Jones, the ultimate salesman. Look how we did the Odell thing. Look how we did that. Look how we sold James Washington. Not me, but look how he sold. Man, this dude here, that's the ultimate salesman. But the play on the field is where me and Jesse and you should have the advantage because we should see.
Right.
And that's why I refuse to go further than what I'm going with this team because I need to see. I need to see.
All right, let's take our final break. We'll have about 5 minutes on the back end. We'll talk a little bit of the Redskins, the Commanders. You got me. Sorry.
Thank you. Yeah, we got two Nate Newtons over there.
I'm talking about you and I'm getting it wrong. We'll talk about the Commanders defense in the final segment. This is Hang with the Boys. We'll be
we
right
don't talk about them, Jess.
Hey, Cowboys fans, ready to spice up your next watch party? Bring Yo Quiero guacamole and be the game day hero. Yo Quiero means I want, and we know you want great, fresh-tasting, ready-to-serve guacamole for your home gating and tailgating events. Made with real avocados and the perfect blend of spices, it will be the star of any party. You can find us at your local Albertsons or Tom Thumb in the deli section. If you can't find it, talk to your store manager and tell them, Yo Quiero guacamole.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they make just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. Blockchain.com is one of the most trusted ways to buy, sell, and trade crypto. Whether you're always on the go or stay closer to home, Blockchain.com is just a few taps away. Put the power of crypto in your pocket, so no matter where you are, you can trade on your terms and build a crypto portfolio to fit your life. For crypto pros, rookies, and anyone in between, Blockchain.com makes it easy to own a piece of the future. Blockchain.com, trusted by millions, trusted by America's team.
Hey, Cowboys fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience AT&T Stadium's exclusive VIP Owners Club. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys on this Hump Day edition of the show. Cowboys take on the Commanders this Sunday at 3:25. As we look in the final 5 minutes of our show at what the Washington Commanders are defensively, they'll be without Jonathan Allen, but you're still talking about Deron Payne.
Thank you.
Montez Sweat.
Yes, sir.
Chase Young is
yes,
back.
Yes,
sir. David Mayo. I mean, this unit, when we came into the season and we were talking about what the NFC East was going to be, the one thing that we consistently talked about from Washington's perspective was their defense. And more importantly, their defensive front. Like that was going to be their calling card. They were going to just, and I know that Chase Young was coming back from his injury, but what they did up front and how they were just a beast.
Yeah. Bama boys.
It didn't start the way they wanted to start it. They had a little bit of run. You know, I think partially that's because of their quarterback Carson Wentz early in the year.
Yeah.
But then they figured it out and got a little bit of a burst of energy and some upliftment from Tyler Heineke, and then that kind of leveled out, and then it was just kind of up and down from here on out. How do you feel, Kurt? I should say this: is there any worry when you look at this game in the back of your mind that says, boy, that defensive front can get after, our quarterback, can get after a quarterback, and with this offensive line the way it is is that looming thought, and we can have the thoughts because we're not players or coaches, is that looming thought in the back of your mind of saying, I sure do hope we hold up?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's one of the best defensive lines in the game, and you're going up against an offensive line that's in doubt. And I'm not worried about losing the game. I think their offense just can't match up in any way, shape, or form. I think it's more about just getting out of there healthy and that sort of thing, getting prepared for the playoffs.
The thing is, when you look at a defensive line, and this is kind of how I always looked at it, is can any one of the front four take over a game? Can Sweat take over a game? Can Chase Young, even coming off a major injury, take over a game? And Payne is the one that's in there, right?
Correct.
Payne, Jonathan Allen is out so far as we know. So can either one of these guys, but not as a unit, but as an individual? The reason I tell people, one person that a lot of people have asked me, well, we need to rest Parsons. You're going to take the one guy up front that can take over a game out of the game. Think about it now. But they have four guys, like Philadelphia has, four guys. But at any one time, one of these guys can get hot and take over a game. Not to mention the other three that's working with him. That is what I fear. What if Deron Payne with 11.5 sacks say, you know what? I'm getting after this young guy. I'm gonna see if we start the other center. Let's see what he got.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Let's see what he got, because our right tackle and right guard are still learning to work together. Let's see what he got. They got a young boy out there at left tackle. Let's see what he got. What does Sweat say? You know, I'm gonna see what this boy got.
Yeah.
I've seen what he did the last 4 or 5 games, and he just been good. He ain't been spectacular. He just been good. I'm going to see what he got. What did they say that?
Let me ask you this question, Nate, from an offensive lineman perspective. Is this a good test, a necessary test for the Cowboys' offensive line? Because heading into the playoffs, you're getting a chance to see, I don't know if elite is a good word. There's elite players on there, but you're going to see a damn good defensive front. And maybe this is this one of those situations where you go, you know what? You know, you guys need this. You guys need to go up against somebody, a Sweat, a Payne, a Chase Young, and those type of guys to get yourself ready mentally, physically, emotionally for what's to come in the playoffs.
I think they're already there. They just got to play together. And something I'm going to have to repeat that you just said, would you not take Deron Payne for both our defensive tackles right now?
Will not take Deron. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Elite. Yeah. Would you not take Jonathan Allen for both our tackles right now? I'm talking about these are elite players I'm talking about. Yeah. These guys can take over games by themselves. And so, you know, we thanks to our coaches and the commitment of our players, they have been successful. But when you talking about guys that can take over a game, Sweat, Deron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Chase Young, they can take over games single-handedly. This is a good test for our offensive line to get going, to work together, and to be a unit. If you're going to just be putting guys in there just to see where they fit, then Dak is going to be put under duress. Okay, now you putting extra pressure on him to do extra things. Why?
Yeah. Get
your 5, get going, get Tony in there, get going, get Zeke hammering up in there, get going.
So knowing that defense, you know, they can't make the playoffs. So this is, you know, they're playing for stats or whatever. This could be a sack party where they're really aggressive. How do the Cowboys
play their game? Believe in your technique. Believe in the guy next to you. Work as a unit. Because I don't want, whether we are the 5th seed or the 1st and 2nd seed, depending on how this thing fall, I don't want to find out. I don't want to be like we was a few years ago trying to fool myself and the fans. Like, Jesse didn't fall for it. Remember when I kept saying, for one game. Ain't we tired of that? Remember sitting over here?
Oh, I remember.
You like, come on, Nate. They ain't did it all year. They ain't did it all. For one game, I'm sitting up just, no. That hurt us. That hurt us against Philly. 6 sacks, several ungodly. What I'm gonna tell you what kills a quarterback. If you can give up 1 or 2 sacks a game, but promise me that we're gonna have a clean pocket the rest of the time and no hurries, I'll take it.
All right.
I'll take it. But if you telling me I'm gonna get sacked no times, but what broke Dak's thumb?
Pressure.
Yes. A late hit, a hurry, pressure broke his thumb. Not a sack.
All right, well, that will conclude our show today. The birthday boy, Kurt Daniels. How old are you turning, Kurt?
56.
56.
Kurt gonna bring it.
Feeling older all the
Ring
time.
that thing down. It's gonna be some Farniok, some Journey. Oh, you gonna do that? How you gonna do it, Kurt?
If you pop that thing down, that blood flow, it's gonna be flowing by the time you get off.
Think so?
Yeah.
Kick in by then?
Yeah.
Purple people eaters.
Yeah.
Purple people eaters.
Yeah, that blue diamond. Tell the kids, y'all going to your friend's house. Y'all found something to do tonight. Because when the
my
bed,
wife's not listening. You're gonna have a worry.
Journey.
well, how does the saying go? When the bed gets to knocking, when the bed get to rocking, don't come a knocking.
Wait. Are you just gonna get some serious acid rock tonight? Just acid rock. Or how you gonna do it?
I don't know, man. It's all. Who knows? Everything's on the table.
I'm gonna get a call about this segment.
Everything's on the table. We like it that
Jack's
way,
be
man.
like, can we cut out the last part of that show? Apparently.
Happy birthday, Kurt, man.
Birthday, bro.
We love you, man. We appreciate
Way to stop
you.
and get something for
I
me, man.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank you, man.
The love is
For
real, man.
boy.
You guys are my guys. I got to make sure I take care
This
of you.
one
man.
time, I'm so happy I didn't say nothing bad about you
See?
when you wasn't here. I'm so happy.
You had the look on your face when I walked in, though, so I felt it.
You know what I told the fellas? I say, Jesse, we gonna wait on him. So please let us know where you really at.
I'm telling you, I could not find parking. I almost parked in the valet. I was like, nah, I'm not giving y'all my money.
I thought you were parked at a stoplight when you said I was parked.
No, I
said, man,
I'm parked. I'm like, yeah, the stoplight down the street.
That's all I was saying. Like, let him. So that way, if we need to use the restroom. Or,
I told y'all, man. I always give y'all indication. I'm gonna be 5 minutes, black 5 minutes, or white 5 minutes.
But if it's a Friday, we gonna start without you.
I hear you.
Well, excuse me, I'm sorry if it's a Friday because I just got dogged out by Chris.
For not being on the mic.
So yeah.
All right, let us get up out of here, man. For Nate, for Kurt,
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
for
man.
Chris,
Thank you very much.
for Audio Jazz, for brother,
Happy
Broham,
birthday, Journey.
William, Willie, Will. Get us up on our YouTube. Get us up on YouTube, Will. We ain't been up on YouTube last couple of days, and people been reaching out to me.
Wow, man, for real?
Yeah, they trying to sabotage us.
For real?
Oh, man, when I see you, Willie, man, sitting at the table with all the ladies,
Get us back.
yeah, I'm going to have to talk to you about
Get us
that.
back on YouTube, man. People can't be finding us on YouTube. We want to stay the #1 show on YouTube. All right, man. For the fellas, I'm Jesse Holly. This is
I
Hangin'
feel you,
with
dog.
the Boys.
Yeah, I feel you,
We
dog.
out.
We out, baby.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?